2.9 million acres of land in the United States is cultivated for cropland production. 38% of these acres are farmed using a reduced tillage method, according to the USDA. Sustainable farming benefits both the environment and the health of humans. It uses non-renewable resources to their full potential and reduces the amount of man-made and synthetic fertilizers by incorporating organic fertilizers such as cattle manure. What is sustainable farming? According to the USDA Ag Library, sustainable farming is any method of plant production that both satisfies human food and fiber needs, as well as enhancing and protecting the environment. There are many different sustainable farming practices. One type is conservation tillage. According to the NRCS, conservation tillage is any farming method that leaves at least 30% of crop residue on the soil surface after planting. This can be achieved in several different ways. One type is strip tilling. As you can see in the far picture, only a small narrow strip is worked. The rest of the residue is left in between the rows. There are several benefits to this type of tillage. It opens up soil, allows the soil to warm up faster, and if the soil is waterlogged, it allows it to dry out. The seed is then planted directly into the work strip. A second type of conservation tillage is no-till. As the name implies, no tillage is performed. Specialized drills and planters plant the seed through all of the existing plant material. A third type of conservation tillage is chemical fallow. Fallow is when the land is left idle and not planted. This helps the soil to retain moisture. However, other weeds and plants are still going to be growing. An eco-friendly chemical is used to control the weeds before planting. Other sustainable farming practices include planting a cover crop. A cover crop is planted but is usually not harvested. It is there to help reduce erosion. Planting legumes is a way to naturally add nitrogen into the soil. Legumes form a symbiotic relationship with rhizobium bacteria. The rhizobium bacteria form nodules on the roots. These nodules take atmospheric nitrogen and transform it into a form usable by the plants. It is often beneficial to plant legumes as a cover crop. Other practices include incorporating organic fertilizers such as cattle manure. This increases the organic matter in the soil. Organic matter is important because it increases the water holding capacity. It also slowly releases nutrients as it decomposes. Chicken litter can also be used to supply phosphorus to plants. A third type of organic fertilizer is hog fluid. This is the fluid waste products created from hogs. It can be applied either to a center pivot or through a ground rig like the one pictured here. This supplies both nutrients and water at the same time. Before any fertilizer is applied, a soil sample should be taken. It is sent off to a lab and analyzed and lets the farmer know what nutrients are available in the soil. It is also important to send in a sample of the manure that is going to be applied. This analyzes the concentration so you know at what rate the fertilizer should be applied to the field. There are many benefits of sustainable farming. According to Dr. Curtis Bench, it reduces soil erosion. Leaving residue on the surface prevents wind and water erosion from a rain or from flooding. It also produces a healthier soil. Earthworms are a good indication of a healthy soil. The tunnels they create provide both aeration and increase in water infiltration within the soil. Sustainable farming also saves time and labor. There's less time spent in the tractor compared to conventional tillage. This reduces the amount of diesel fuel being burned and reduces pollution. Sustainable farming also saves moisture in the soil. The residue on top acts as a mulch and reduces the amount of water loss from the sun and from wind. The overall goal of sustainable farming is to provide a better life while preserving the environment. Sustainable farming reduces the amount of man-made chemicals and fertilizers by incorporating animal manure. This produces a healthier food. It also reduces the amount of time and labor spent in the field, which in turn reduces pollution. This together helps to protect the environment.